What's going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for another third-party review, and today we're taking a look at the magicsquare Hoist. And last week we took a look at the Ironhide. This week we're going to look at Hoist. And yeah, he's pretty nice looking overall. I will say I do still prefer the New Age finish, just for comparison. The plastic is just different and like more shiny or something. That it just somehow feels like this is more premium. There's definitely a different feel to the plastic. If you've had a New Age versus magicsquare, you'll know what I mean. And I also feel like New Age does put a little bit of extra detailing, like the rims being painted, maybe some of the rear tail light details, etc. So somehow, you know, I mean not somehow, it's just I do prefer the New Age, but this is a nice little representation of Hoist. Lights are painted nicely, a lot of silver going on. Not a big fan of the orange headlights, but what can you do? Under the side's pretty clean back here. This part confuses me because you painted it the same color as you did this window, so do they think someone sits in the tow bed? I'm not quite sure. This hook does come down and a little wheel will come out, so if you want to have it on the ground and have him towing someone, you can. There's no additional towing features here. Quick size comparison, we already have him with Ironhide here from New Age. Again, you can see Ironhide is a bit small. I do feel like this scale does end up working better with the cars, though I'd still say that the truck is a little bit small. And here's the magicsquare grapple to go with Hoist, and of course the obligatory Matchbox Grand National and Rescue. So transforming Hoist to his robot mode is a little bit of a frustrating thing. If you have this mold, one thing I do recommend is kind of filing around the edges of this a little better, because they give you this little handhold here, but it is super difficult to get open if it's not sanded down. I did sand this just a little. So the first real thing we really should do is open up this part here. And you can just kind of fold it all the way out just to give us all the clearance we need for absolutely every part. You can take these little pieces and bring them to the top here. Take this, fold it up, fold that up, and then uncurl the whole leg assembly. Take this little piece up here and rotate it up and in place. Coming to the legs, this one's a little tricky, just because it was hard to see on the manual, but you kind of flip that back, open that up, flip it closed, like so. Again, pull it back, flip it closed, and adjust the feet. So we've got the legs done here. So this next part's probably the trickiest part to me, because we're gonna try to get the head out of this compartment that just closed itself back up. And like, I mean really, this compartment is such a pain to get open. You may be better off if you have like one of these spudgers or something similar, just kind of opening this up and just trying to push from the other side. The fortunate thing is this is just friction held on, so you can pop that off. Unfortunately, I don't like that. I'll probably end up sanding this down even more just so it doesn't clip in place and it just swivels closed, because it's really troublesome to get his head out. So with this panel open, you're still not out of the water because the head is still incredibly difficult to access in here. What I found is the easiest way to do it is to come from the back, and you can kind of see it here. And if you have a smaller finger than me, you can get in there and push his head through like that. That's the easiest way I found to do it. From here, with the head out of the way, kind of rotate these panels around. You can rotate this in, and you can take the arms here and swivel them around until the black of the window is on the roof. And then you can take this like shoulder assembly and swivel it forward like so, and go ahead and swivel the arms all the way around like so. From here, slide the hood on back, and you'll see that that tab here that we had taken out earlier is going to plug right into the front bumper to secure this all in place. And there we go. My shoulder was not out of the way. This goes up here. His head is on just a little peg, so if you want to make it a little higher, you can. But, you know, it's not much of a peg. From here, pretty much just kind of take these back pieces and do with them what you please to make it stick out the least. I cannot remember exactly how he came out of the package and what it looked like. But for me, I just kind of turn it around, or keep it so the wheel well's at the bottom, and just kind of cross it in like that, because I feel like it minimizes the overall bulk of the character as best as we can. It's really, there's nothing particularly clean you can do with these back pieces here. And there we go. We've got our Hoist in his robot mode. And to look at the head, I think that looks nice. The paint on the eyes looks great. The proportions look good. This stuff on the back is not fun because it's just constantly in the way when you're messing with it. And this flap really should have kind of gone into, you know, they should have done something where the head here is better supported, because the head's really just on this floppy thing here. Like if the plastic gets weaker in time, or, you know, anything changes, his head's not going to stay up, and it's just, that's not a good design in that sense. I've just realized I had his legs backwards here. Missed a step of the transformation. I wonder if anyone's already commented. It's possible. There we go. That's how his legs actually should look here. But yeah, he's a pretty decent representation of Hoist. A little bit bulky, but I think that is kind of the character, right? So for size comparisons, here he is next to the New Age Bumblebee, the New Age Smokescreen, the New Age Bumblebee, whoops, knocking over lights, and the Magic Square Optimus Prime. So I still think the scale looks pretty good, though I do think that maybe he's a little bulky when you compare him to the New Age Ironhide. So it's kind of, to me, maybe if you're in on New Age, you wait to see what they do with a Hoist. Or if you're in on Hoist, maybe wait to see what Magic Square does with the Ironhide. So let's get Hoist here back into his vehicle mode. I once again start by bringing all this stuff out here and just bring it to the back. We can take these pieces, and I think they rotate down. Let's go ahead and unplug that so we have the room here, like so. And you don't want to push in Hoist's head yet, because it won't fit with these two green pieces in place. Oops. So once you have that, if you haven't done it already, pull out the hood and pull that up. With all this stuff out of the way, you can kind of get the back end up, and we can get this there. Take the shoulder bits here, rotate them down so they make the complete window on both sides again. And with that in place, you can go ahead and rotate around the arms so they fit right up here. They don't secure in, but they're certainly not going anywhere. Oh, lost his head. So we don't lose the head, rotate this around. I don't think you can do it the other way. I've only felt that it fits in that way. Push it in there, and then take this hinge of doom and snap it closed. If you're having trouble, you can see one side here is not closing right. Just kind of wiggle the arms underneath a little bit, and that will sure it up. But you can see, like, look how little the gap is between these things. Like, there really should have been more of a gap, because now this is impossible to open without either popping it off or trying to use some tool to access it. It's okay, whatever. Take these pieces, rotate them down all the way like this. Come into the leg, go ahead, flip these around now. Open up the piece here. I'm actually wondering, I don't think I did need to flip these around. We'll see in a second. But anyway, open up the back piece of the foot, fold it all in and in on itself, and then close it back up. So I'll show you again. Pull this piece open here, fold it in, and then all the way in and close it up. From here, take this little black gray piece, pull it down. Yep, so I did need to rotate the legs because you need the knees to bend inwards. So take these pieces up, they're going to kind of fill in the back portions of the truck here. As you can see, the knees here fit in place inside the orange bits, and then rotate them all the way around like so, and then peg them into place. From here, just kind of pull this down, and then it's a matter of cleaning up these little armatures. They should swing towards the windows, and then you plug in here, it'll plug in here, and it'll plug in there. So that shores all this stuff up. So one more time, this side, give it a little push on in and back, plugs into the front of the leg right there, plugs into the rear of the truck right here. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Nope. There we go. And then it plugs into the back. And what is going on? There we go. This little part of the leg was turned too far in, so it's popping this out. So there we go. There's Hoist back in his truck mode. Again, it's a fun little toy. A clever little transformation in my opinion, with a few little flaws. But overall, I think Magic Square did a good job. I just really want to see you guys start painting some rooms and giving a little more attention to detail. And I think I'll be a bigger Magic Square fan. But right now, I enjoy it. Worth picking up, I think. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. I'll see you next time.